When it comes to browsing all the designer catwalks for the new collection, it's always a treat to see which colour palette is making an impact and setting the tone for the shade that we all should be wearing. Black is always a winter hero, navy is a soft alternative, and grey always makes an appearance. But the fashion crowd were delightfully surprised when designers injected the new season with all shades of purple, and especially violet. From Roberto Cavalli's print and pattern explosion to Miu Miu, who gave us silks and satins in the sugary shade, and then Michael Kors, who smartened everything up by giving us a violet tailored suit. This colour can be a tricky one to pull off though, so it's important to know how and then having a whole dose of confidence. But if you're still not feeling it after these outfits, then how about just embracing a popping violet accessory that can uplift all of your existing winter outfits and make sure that you still feel on trend. Let's get styling, ladies. So ladies, here we have our purple shades. And I have to say that this is one of my most exciting looks because it's one of the most innovative palette of colours that we've seen for a long time in autumn winter. But it is quite a tricky one to pull off. So I wanted to show you two very different outfits of how you can rock that purple violet styling that we've been seeing on the catwalks, but still make it wearable for everyday life. And also that you can make it relevant for however your lifestyle is. So whether you want something just that you can throw on as you're running out the door or take you to a dinner. So there's two very different ways of wearing this. So we're going to start with our glamorous dressed up styling with Sally's outfit, okay? So this is all about wearing this purple violet shade head to toe. It's obviously a bit more of a confident look because it is quite bright, there's a lot going on, but I'm going to talk you through how to put it all together. So the most important things to remember when you're wearing the shade head to toe is don't do it in all one tone. Use some print, some other shades to really break it up. And that is what this Bob Mackie printed top is doing. So we've accented the purple shades going all the way through, but it's then been softened with the black, with the navy and the white. So what that's doing is really kind of toning the purple down, but also bringing a different dimension to the outfit. And then we've tucked that into the purple Michelle Hope skirt. So the skirt is definitely more about this violet shade, so it's a bit more of that sugary tone. But do remember, if you're conscious of wearing this type of shade because of your skin tone, always do it on the bottom half of the outfit because then it's not next to your face, so it won't be washing you out. Beautiful frill detail around the bottom of that, which I just love because it's so incredibly feminine. And then the other thing to remember, because there is a lot going on, is really finish it off with just some soft, understated accessories. So with that in mind, I've done a nude belt and nude shoes. They're both patent, so they do stand out a bit more than a matte leather, but they don't interfere with the rest of the outfit. They just blend and they're the perfect finishing touch. Print as well is a fantastic body shape tool. If you've never tried print before because you feel it's too busy, it's a really lovely way of camouflaging certain areas because there's so much going on with the print, so it distracts the eye. So don't forget that. And then for Sally's jewellery, I've just done gold. Very, very simple layering effect up top. That just softens the colour again and it's not too busy. And then for Sally's bag, I've echoed the details that I did within the accessories for her nude bag. So as you can see, this doesn't interfere too much with the top. It's a very soft finishing touch, but it has its moment in its own right, which is lovely. And then the lovely thing with the detail on there, you've got the gold hardware and that then pulls in the jewellery and also just softens with the nude accessories. So, you know, yes, it's out there, it's colourful, there's a lot going on, but all for the right reasons. And this is such a sophisticated, chic way of wearing it. So if you remember those key tips throughout the outfit, print, texture, shape, nude accessories, you'll be good to go. So Sally is ready for dinner. And then with Rachel's outfit, I wanted to show you something very different and much more easy. This is a really, really versatile way of wearing this shade. So I've gone for a sweater, which is one of those wardrobe staples come the winter season, but it's in a much darker shade of purple. So what that means is it works for a variety of different skin tones. And again, it's easy to wear. But it's not just a sweater because I love pieces with a touch of interest. So this one has got this stud detail on either arm, which is so, so cool, and it really does make the sweater. So although I've added a little silver necklace, you technically wouldn't need to do any jewellery because the sweater really is doing the talking. I've then just taken it really back to basics with the black skinny jean because they just act as a really fab canvas, and we've probably all got a pair of those in our wardrobes. I probably wouldn't do it with a blue jean because this shade of purple has blue tinges in, so I'd stick to a grey or a black skinny jean. And then the trainers. Please, let's talk about the trainers. Love, love, love. So these are, as you can see, an awesome leopard print. Leopard print never fades away. It always looks on fashion. It always looks, you know, a little bit trendy, a little bit edgy. But these have been finished off with the black detailing on the toe, so it breaks the print up and it just makes them so wearable. And I love the contrast of those against the purple. It just looks wow, but in a really casual, easy way. And then for Rachel's bag, I've added this really cool Amy Kestenberg, Australian designer. She's so, so cool. She gives us quality craftsmanship, that pieces that really stand out. And this tassel detail just adds such drama to the outfit. But again, the nude doesn't take away from this fabulousness with colour and the leopard print. So there's not too much going on. So if you just want this shade to throw on when you're taking the kids to school, running out the door, it's perfect. I love the purple.